What if the exercise you've been chasing for years is the very reason your body won't change? What if the harder choice is quietly sabotaging your progress, while the simplest habit you overlook holds the real answer? Walking or running, which one is truly better? Most people believe that if you truly want to lose weight, burn fat, and get fit, there is only one real option: running. Walking is often seen as something you do when you are too tired, too busy, or not serious enough about your health. But what if this belief is not only incomplete, but fundamentally wrong? What if the exercise you have underestimated for years is quietly outperforming the one you admire, not in theory, but in real life? What if the harder choice is actually holding you back, draining your energy, and making consistency impossible, while the easier choice is the one that could transform your body, your mind, and even your lifespan? This is not a motivational fantasy. It is a question backed by science, human behavior, and long-term results. Because when it comes to health, the most powerful factor is not intensity, speed, or suffering. It is what you can sustain day after day when motivation fades and life gets busy. Runforce Mindset warmly welcomes you. If you are looking for clear, honest, science-based insights to train smarter, not just harder, make sure to subscribe to the channel and support us so we can continue bringing you valuable content. Now, here is a question for you to reflect on and answer in the comments. The exercise that burns more calories per hour, be the exercise you can perform consistently for years. Comment A or B below. When weight loss is discussed, the conversation almost always begins and ends with one number: calories burned per hour. And by that measure alone, running seems to win without question. It demands more effort, raises the heart rate faster, and burns significantly more energy in the same amount of time. On paper, the conclusion looks obvious. But the human body does not live on paper. Weight loss is not decided by a single workout. It is shaped by what happens during the other 23 hours of the day. A hard run may burn more calories in the moment, yet it often comes with a hidden cost. Fatigue accumulates. Movement outside the workout decreases. Motivation erodes. Many people finish a long run and unconsciously slow down for the rest of the day, turning into spectators of their own recovery. Walking tells a very different story. It is gentle enough to repeat daily, yet powerful enough to create a meaningful energy deficit over time. A long walk rarely drains you. Instead, it often restores you. That extra energy translates into more movement, better focus, and a lifestyle that stays active rather than collapsing after one intense session. Weight loss rewards what is repeatable, not what is heroic. The body responds to consistency, not occasional extremes. In the long run, the exercise you can perform again tomorrow and the day after quietly reshapes your weight more effectively than the one that leaves you exhausted and inconsistent. When people talk about fat loss, they often focus on speed and intensity, believing that the faster the heart beats, the more fat disappears. This belief has shaped the idea of the fat-burning zone, a range of heart rates where the body relies more heavily on fat as fuel. Running reaches this zone quickly, which is why it is often labeled as the superior choice. But fat loss is not a race. It is a process governed by physiology and patience. Walking, when done with intention, quietly enters the same metabolic territory. A brisk pace, a slight incline, or a longer duration shifts the body into sustained fat oxidation. Unlike short bursts of intense effort, walking keeps the body in this state for extended periods, allowing fat to be used steadily rather than aggressively. Over time, this creates meaningful changes, especially in visceral fat, the deep abdominal fat most strongly linked to metabolic disease. What truly determines fat loss is not how hard the heart works in a single moment, but whether the body remains in a consistent energy deficit. Small, repeated actions accumulate. A daily walk that modestly reduces caloric intake can reshape the waistline more reliably than sporadic high-intensity sessions that disrupt recovery and routine. Fat loss favors strategies that are calm, controlled, and repeatable. Walking does not demand suffering to be effective. It demands commitment. And in that quiet consistency, fat loss becomes not only possible, but sustainable. Body transformation is often misunderstood as a simple battle against fat, but the real change happens in the relationship between fat and muscle. Two people can weigh the same, eat the same, and exercise the same number of minutes, yet look completely different. The difference lies in body composition, how much lean muscle the body preserves while fat is reduced. Long sessions of steady running, especially when combined with calorie restriction, can quietly erode muscle tissue over time. The body, under constant endurance stress, learns to become lighter and more efficient, not necessarily stronger. This is why some people lose weight through running, but also lose shape, firmness, and metabolic resilience. Walking creates a different environment. It applies enough mechanical load to stimulate the muscles of the legs without overwhelming the nervous system. More importantly, it does not drain the body of the energy needed for resistance training. After a walk, the body remains ready to lift, push, pull, and build. This balance is critical because muscle is not just aesthetic. It is metabolically active tissue that protects long-term fat loss. When walking is paired with strength training, the body shifts toward recomposition rather than simple weight reduction. Fat mass decreases, muscle mass is preserved or enhanced, and the physique becomes leaner, firmer, and more functional. True transformation is not about shrinking the body, it is about reshaping it. Mental health is often treated as a secondary benefit of exercise, yet for many people, it is the reason they either continue or quit altogether. Walking and running both influence the mind, but they do so in subtly different ways that matter over the long term. Walking works quietly on the nervous system. It lowers psychological resistance, reduces mental noise, and creates space for reflection. Research consistently shows that regular walking is associated with lower anxiety, reduced depressive symptoms, and improved self-esteem. The movement increases blood flow to the brain while gently regulating the stress response system, allowing the mind to settle rather than react. Because walking does not demand intense focus or recovery, it becomes a reliable anchor during emotionally difficult periods when motivation is fragile and energy is low. Running, by contrast, delivers a sharper psychological impact. Even short bouts of jogging can rapidly elevate mood, producing a sense of clarity and emotional release. This is why running is often described as cathartic. For some, it becomes a powerful outlet for stress and frustration. However, this intensity can also make it harder to maintain during periods of burnout, illness, or emotional overload. Mental health thrives on continuity. While both activities are beneficial, the true advantage lies with the movement that remains available even on the hardest days. The mind heals not through extremes, but through steady, compassionate repetition. When we talk about health and longevity, the conversation often drifts toward extremes. Long workouts, intense effort, and the idea that more is always better. Yet the human body does not measure health by how hard we push it, but by how consistently we care for it over time. This is where both walking and running reveal their true value. Decades of research show that regular movement, regardless of intensity, dramatically reduces the risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, and osteoporosis. Running demonstrates impressive statistics, with significantly lower rates of cardiovascular mortality and overall death among those who run regularly. These findings highlight the powerful protective effects of aerobic fitness. But walking tells an equally compelling story. Even small amounts performed daily can shift health outcomes on a population level. Just minutes of consistent walking each day have been linked to meaningful reductions in premature death worldwide. This challenges the belief that health benefits require strenuous effort or athletic ability. Longevity is not built in moments of exhaustion. It is built through habits that quietly support the heart, stabilize blood sugar, preserve bone density, and reduce systemic inflammation year after year. Whether through walking or running, the body responds to rhythm, not intensity. The exercise that integrates seamlessly into life often becomes the one that extends it the longest. The conversation around exercise often celebrates effort while ignoring consequences. Nowhere is this more evident than in joint health. Walking and running are both weight-bearing activities, and this alone makes them valuable for bone strength and structural resilience. But the way force travels through the body matters. Running places repeated high-impact stress on the joints. For a healthy body, This stress can stimulate adaptation and even strengthen connective tissue over time. However, for those with pre-existing knee pain, arthritis, or reduced bone density, the same forces can become barriers rather than benefits. Pain interrupts consistency, and consistency is the foundation of progress. Walking distributes the load more gently. Each step reinforces bones and muscles without overwhelming the joints. This makes walking not only safer but also sustainable for a wider range of people across different ages and physical conditions. It allows movement to continue when the body is healing, aging, or simply demanding moderation. Joint health is not about avoiding movement. It is about choosing the level of impact your body can recover from repeatedly. The best exercise is not the one that tests your limits once, but the one your joints allow you to return to tomorrow. The question was never whether walking or running is better. The real question is whether we are willing to think beyond extremes. Health, strength, and longevity are not built through a single method, but through balance. Running challenges the heart, sharpens endurance, and pushes physical limits. Walking stabilizes the system, preserves energy, and anchors movement into daily life. When these two are placed in opposition, something is lost. When they are combined, something powerful emerges. An intelligent approach does not force the body to choose. It allows running to appear when energy, joints, and schedule align, and lets walking carry the days in between. Strength training fits naturally into this rhythm, supported rather than sabotaged by constant fatigue. Progress does not come from chasing exhaustion. It comes from patterns that respect the body's ability to recover and repeat. Walking and running are not rivals. They are tools, each effective in its own domain, each limited when used alone. The strongest bodies are not built by intensity alone, but by consistency guided by awareness. And the longest-lasting results come from strategies that can be lived, not just attempted. In the end, this comparison reveals something far more important than choosing between walking and running. It reveals how progress actually works. The body does not reward intensity performed occasionally. It responds to behaviors repeated consistently. Walking and running both offer powerful benefits, but only when they fit naturally into your life. The moment exercise becomes a punishment, a battle, or a test of willpower, it stops serving you and starts draining you. The deeper lesson is this: sustainable habits outperform heroic efforts. In today's busy, demanding world, the smartest strategy is not doing more, but doing what you can maintain without breaking yourself. Apply this by choosing movement that supports your energy, protects your joints, and leaves room for recovery. Over time, this approach builds not only a healthier body, but a calmer and more resilient mind. Now we'd love to hear from you. Do you believe consistency is more important than intensity when it comes to exercise? Please share your thoughts in the comments so everyone can learn from different perspectives. And if this content brought value to you, kindly subscribe to the channel to support us in creating more meaningful videos in the future.